So, I'd like to be able to say that I had a positive update in the case of missing 17-year-old Phoebe Bishop, but I don't. Police are still searching bushland for evidence and presumably also for Phoebe, and as yet no arrests have been made. If you've not come across this case, I now have a playlist for this case with a handful of videos discussing Phoebe's case. In a nutshell, Phoebe is a 17-year-old from Bundaberg in Queensland, Australia, who went missing on the 15th of May. She was supposed to catch a flight from Bundaberg Airport to Brisbane Airport and then on to Perth, Western Australia, but she never arrived at the terminal. Her flatmates claim to have dropped her off in the vicinity of the airport, although there is no evidence of that having occurred. The closest that they can show that she was is Samuels Road, which is a short distance from the airport, where they have CCTV footage showing Phoebe inside the flatmate's vehicle, which is the one that you can see on the bottom of the screen there. Since they began searching for Phoebe, the search has now moved to bushland, almost 90 kilometres sort of southwest of Bundaberg Airport, about an hour and a quarter's drive, where they found some evidence which they are not revealing and are still searching. They've apparently extended their search. Like I said, for more depth information on all the background with this case, there is now a playlist. So today's video is just a quick one, just a few frustrating updates. Although I will say that Queensland's Premier has done an interview with one of Australia's mainstream media channels. It looks like he was at the races. Basically, where he is saying that whatever resources are needed will be made available. So let's just have a quick look at that.
Well, the search for missing Queensland teenager Phoebe Bishop has entered its 13th day this morning, with police begging for the public's help to help find the 17-year-old. For the latest, we are joined now by Queensland Premier David Crisafulli. Premier, thanks so much for your time today. 13 days, still no sign of Phoebe. It is so concerning. We're all feeling it. You're a father. You must be feeling it as well. How are you doing? How is the community doing?
It's deeply troubling and it's gut-wrenching, to be truthful, and I just think about that community of Bundaberg. It's just a really tight-knit community, and it's been through so much, and all of the state. We've had a series of tragedies in recent times that have really rocked the core of the state, and this one is right up there in the front of everybody's minds.
So I should probably mention, for those of you who are watching from the United States, in terms of what a premier is, if you were wondering, each state, we have governors, but they're different. They don't govern the state. Each state has their parliament, and it's kind of a two-party parliament, but you get the Greens and Democrats and stuff involved as well. So, you can get multiple parties in Parliament, but you tend to have the two main parties, which are the Australian Liberal Party and the Australian Labor Party. This guy is the head of one of those. To be honest, I haven't kept up with politics in Brisbane because it's so far away from Victoria that I have no idea. But basically, he's head of whichever party got the most votes in the most recent Queensland state election. So he's essentially the head of state. And apologies for my ignorance to any Queenslanders who may be listening. On the flip side, can you tell me who our Premier is down in Victoria? Because, to be honest, I cannot name any Premiers from any other states. And yes, that is showing my ignorance, I must admit.
Premier, thank you for coming to us. I know there's a bit of noise there behind you. You're battling through it. I just wanted to check as well whether Queensland Police have enough resources for this search.
They'll get absolutely everything they need in this regard. We just have to have one focus, and that is making sure that every resource available goes to the search and to the investigation more broadly. It's just a vital time, and the community needs to know that they're front and centre in our thoughts. These things really cut to the core of communities at the best of times, but when it's small communities and when it's tight-knit like that, it just rocks to the core and the fabric of people. So we have to give police the resources they need, and we have to give the community the comfort they deserve.
Of course, it's all hollow words. He probably forgot about it all 5 minutes after he got off that interview, particularly given that apparently, once again, the justice system in Australia has proven how incredibly toothless it is. Now, if they were actually committed to achieving a positive result in this case, they would have made sure that this woman was not granted bail. So after my video yesterday that I put out saying that she had appeared in court on Monday and been denied bail, the news now is that she appeared in court again yesterday and was granted bail. Given that this is a repeat offence, these are the same kind of charges that she was already out on bail for. So how can a judge possibly justify letting her out on bail? Seems to me that the reason this woman is such a despicable human being is because she feels there's no consequences for her actions. Get caught with firearms? No worries, I'll get out on bail and I'll just do the same again. I'm wondering if they've even seized these firearms and the ammunition. Like, come on, Australia, get your act together. Yes, we do have some great investigators in Australia, but sometimes I just shake my head. So, not only has she been granted bail, when I think it would have been a really good chance to let her cool her heels in jail, and perhaps maybe then she might have actually spoken up about what happened to Phoebe, because I have no doubt that she knows. But just to flaunt her disregard for the law, her disregard for common decency, she has also doctored the plates on her vehicle. So check this out. These are photos that were taken by a local in the area who spotted Tanika's car with altered plates. She has used duct tape and paint to change the plates on her car so that instead of saying 414 BW3, now it says 474 BW8, and she's also added New South Wales to the middle of the plate. Of course, it doesn't look overly convincing, I think you've got to admit that. So, it's a bit of a pathetic effort. She's also changed the badge, as you can see, on her car from a Hyundai badge to a Toyota badge. So, I do hope that Queensland Police catch up with her over this also, and that she is prosecuted for this. Like I said, I'm not even sure why they released the car back to her. if it was considered a crime scene. I am having a few reservations about how this investigation is being conducted. Normally, I have every bit of faith in police in Australia. There's been some cases that have been solved pretty damn quickly, but I'm just wondering about these guys when they allow this woman to flaunt the law in every way imaginable. Now, I will point out that Queensland Police used to have a reputation for being the worst police force in Australia. I won't go into that, but I had perhaps naively believed that the majority of these police forces that had a somewhat shady background had cleaned up their act. I'm just wondering now about the capacity of Queensland Police when they allow a dropkick like this to Nika Bromley to get out on bail and change the plates on her car, while in the meantime we're still waiting and hoping that they can find this missing teenager who's been gone now for close to 2 weeks. So that's my little rant for today. I'm feeling a little bit frustrated. I am feeling a little bit uncertain of the capacity of Queensland Police. I know they were pretty quick at first to push the case on. Hopefully things being quiet doesn't mean that they're stuck and it's basically at an impasse right now. Hopefully we will have some positive news in the near future. Well, positive as it can be, because I think we can be pretty certain that Phoebe is no longer alive. But hopefully we will hear of some arrests soon, and hopefully Phoebe can be brought home soon. So on that note, thank you for listening. Like I said, it was just going to be a quick one. So thank you for listening. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. Also, please hit the like button and leave a comment below. Thank you, and I will catch you in the next one.